Hello everybody, this is October 4th, Simon again, Context Channel. I want to invite you to this channel. Let's discuss the sending of Kenyans police to Haiti. Kenyans, I want to tell you that sending of our police officers to Haiti is a colonial practice. Ruto, who we elected thinking that will help hustlers up the social and economic ladder, has been hijacked by the global powers. This is the president who is now moving the US policy of ravage and rule. After seriously ravaging Haiti through operations, through secret operations, through neocolonial policies, now it has come a time when it's now being done openly. We've heard of President Ruto yesterday thanking the so-called multinational force for approving a UN resolution for stabilizing Haiti. And I want to tell you there's no stabilization that's going to be done, and I will illustrate that. Welcome back, viewers. Yesterday was October 3rd. An interesting thing happened. That is when the UN Security Council voted for a resolution to send foreign soldiers and police to Haiti. And again, another important thing happened. It is the day when Obama congratulated his wife for his anniversary. And that congratulation reminded me something. One person, one man who had a wife, who had a family, who had a nation of 6 million Arabs and Africans under him. One man called Gaddafi will not be congratulating his wife this year on an anniversary of any kind, because he's not there anymore, because he was killed by ruthless murderers. And who did that? Obama ordered it. President Obama ordered the killing of Gaddafi, who was the best president in Africa and probably the whole world. And in his place, propped up a series of dictators, thieves, and criminals who have been running open slave market in Libya and deteriorating living standards of that once beautiful African country. And now it's only poverty. Why am I giving you all this context? I'm giving you this context because earlier last month, there was a very serious dam tragedy in the city of Darna, in the eastern side of Libya. A dam collapsed. And these were mega dams that were created by Mr. Gaddafi to make the desert country of Libya flourish, to be water secure. And what happened? Immediately afterward, none other than Obama said that Libya is facing some political problems. That's why the dam tragedy happened. And he called upon people to donate to his foundation. He has a foundation that people donate to that now purports to help people that are in countries that the US have destroyed. And that should get you wondering, why is it? Does Obama really care so much about Libyans? And why didn't Obama want the Libyans to help themselves? Why didn't he allow Gaddafi to continue supporting the Libyans, giving them good living standards, destroyed them, and now appears as a hero? And that is a perfect strategy that US has been developing of ravage and rule, ravaging countries and ruling them. And while he's ruling them, while the US is ruling them, all their resources go. There are many studies that show that even after Libya was destroyed as much as it was, oil still continues to flow out, to be imported to European countries, to the US, to Turkey. Okay, oil continues. But now we are told that those people need assistance. Why do they need assistance and their country is exporting oil? The response is very simple. The oil is stolen, and plus about $200 billion that Gaddafi left is also frozen by Americans, but not frozen, it's being stolen. But now the people become poor, the Americans pretend to be helping them. That is exactly the case that is going on in Haiti. Haiti was a stable country, or relatively a stable country, until 2021 when their president was called Jovenel Moise, was killed. And who killed him? He was killed by Haitian Americans, that is American citizens who had come from Haiti, and Colombian mercenaries. And why did he get killed? We really don't know, but there's this article here I will be showing you. We have very interesting media here, that is Reuters, that is doing a fact check, telling us that Jovenel was not killed because of COVID-19 and other presidents, including Magufuli. But if you go to the internet and search the links that had shown that Moise was probably killed because of rejecting the policies, the draconian policies that were imposed due to COVID hoax, that's when you realize that all the links have been closed. The social media information on those links have been closed, but that link, quote unquote, fact checking, rejecting those claims remains running. Why should, if the Western media knew that that link was not important, that Jovenel, that Magufuli was not killed because of rejecting COVID policies, why then do they need to block people who are moving that debate? What happens to the freedom of information? That tells you there's something. And they proceed on to tell us about 4 presidents, all of them that coincidentally were rejecting draconian COVID policies, that got killed in one way or another, and they're telling us they were not killed. Nobody will believe that. Importantly, it's shameful that President Ruto, who without having been a poor boy in Africa, will be concerned about the welfare of other African people, but after getting rich or getting power, he's one person who is now sacrificing, who will be sending our young police officers, sons and daughters of this soil, to fight people we don't know for whichever reason. If Americans were interested in stability, Jovenel would not have been killed by Haitian Americans. Viewers, Haiti was the first black country to fight for independence and gain it, and white colonialists have never forgiven it for that. And it has been ravaged, like the rest of South America, through American colonial practices. And now, even so, as our police officers go there, and all the so-called multinational force that is being located there, it's just going to advance the US interest of ravaging and ruling. Whatever good of any use that Haiti produces will continue being produced and being shipped abroad, while the living standards of the local populations are not likely to change. It's a shameful policy that Kenya has adopted, of always providing cheap bodies to the Americans for use in whichever campaigns. I remember our soldiers went as far as Yugoslavia, supporting US colonial policy of destroying a Slavic country for the sole reason of probably not being white. And so shameful, it doesn't make any sense. I heard Professor Manyora today posting the views of a soldier from Dominican Republic, appealing to us Kenyans not to send soldiers there to Haiti, because it doesn't make any sense. And we African countries, we only elect leaders, and after we do, they get life of their own. Maybe they realize Kenya is maybe a province of the English Empire, such that whatever happens, you find a president who you elected to go and enhance Kenyans' living standards. Whatever he's now doing is assigning himself roles that he did not campaign for. I didn't hear President Ruto campaigning to stabilize the region, to send force across the world to stabilize this country or the other. So whatever he's doing, I don't know who gave him that mandate. Anyway, I don't know who gave that mandate. We did not vote on it. He did not campaign on it. And I wish also our police officers well as they go there. I wish they won't be targeted. I wish they will stay safe, because they are children of this country like I am. But we need to think for ourselves. We don't need to be being abused to always be there to provide cheap bodies for the Americans and Britons to advance their colonialism. We have many Kenyans who supported the British and US invasion of Iraq, of Afghanistan, destruction of those once beautiful countries. Some have returned with limbs blown off. And for what purpose? So, Kenyans, thank you for your time. If you like this kind of content, please like and share. Please subscribe to my channel. And thank you.